What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So lads, this is going to be a tier list of the best diamond cards. This is gonna be our last tier list for the month. I say that and it's like the 29th, so absolute shock. Absolute shock on the 29th of a month. We're gonna have our last tier list of that specific month. But yeah, so basically we have got a bunch of decent diamond cards right here, and we are going to be ranking them from S tier to worthless tier. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Again, a big thank you guys for 250,000 subscribers. Absolutely crazy numbers. And I'm still just kind of I'm still in shock, to be honest. But yeah, absolutely incredible. But anyway, now we are going to get on to the tier list. So first up, we have got Andrea Bargnani. I mean, he's not good, but I think to start off the tier list, I think D tier is C tier is probably the best place to put him because, well, we don't really know. We don't really know how good or not good some of these guys are. We don't really know how good or not good some of these diamonds are. So I think it's probably the best place to put them is in here in C tier. AK. I mean, you badge up AK, he's still like a second tier diamond card. He was great when he came out though. He really was. Like, I was a big fan of this card. 98 on normal. I would not use him if I'm on current gen. Say on next gen, he's fine on current gen. I'm telling you, I would not use the card at all if you are on current gen because he is not up. Or if you're on next gen, I'm struggling with that one. But his release is horrendous on next gen, but it's actually good on current gen, so he's still pretty decent. If you're a big AK fan, then I would probably recommend him. But otherwise, I mean, not great to be honest. So he's A tier as far as diamonds go, but I wouldn't suggest to use him. Anthony Simons, B tier. Anthony Simons, a decent point guard. Again, he's one of those ones where he's more than usable if you're a big Anthony Simons fan. He's more than usable for that reason. Otherwise, I would probably avoid him. To be honest, I'd avoid a lot of these guys if you're not big fans of them because, I mean, they're just kind of there as diamond cards. I think I've put them all tiers too high. I put all these one tier too high because there's some good cards. Anthony Edwards is better than all of these, and he's not S tier. So Anthony Edwards is a good card. He is actually a very solid card. Really good animations. His jump shot is really good. You have to put range on him, which is a little bit unfortunate. Because again, not every card has range is actually range is a cheap badge, so it's not even too bad putting range on a player. So yeah, he's again really good. Good dribble moves, good handle, good jump shot. He's going into A tier. Then we've got Bob Sura. Bob Sura, A. He's definitely not S, but he's a really good diamond point guard. He's got the Curry slide, base 22. He's also he's more than good. He's a more than good enough shooter. I'm not the biggest fan again of his release. There's just something about him. Like, he can dunk. He should have good defense stats. He's a 6'5" point guard. I'm just not the biggest fan of the card, and I haven't been since he came out, but he is A tier. Ingram. Ingram's on that AK level. Ingram's in that B tier. So with Brandon Ingram, he can shoot wide open, can't really dribble the ball too well. I mean, the only thing for me that he really does is shoot the ball when he's wide open. So I can't suggest to go and get someone like that because, I mean, is he really ever going to be worth using for like 15, 20k that he's going to go for? I doubt it, but again, not the worst player in the world. So, B tier. Then we have got Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield. B. He's a really good shooter. He's got that Kobe release. But I mean, does he do anything else but shoot the ball? Not really. So for me, I think that's probably the best position to put him is B tier. Because he's an all-around decent card. It's just... he doesn't do enough good to justify having him in any of the top 2 tiers. Like, he doesn't do anything really wrong on the floor, but again, when we're talking about diamond tiers, there's such a big gap between like the S tier and the rest. There's such a big gap here between the S tier and the rest of these guys. I'm gonna start moving people down tiers. Yeah, you go down 1. Now we're looking better. Now we are looking better. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's just get the bad tier guys in so I have a better thing to gauge it off. Yao Ming go into E tier. Who else do we want down here? Or Yao Ming. Yeah, no, you're E tier now. Enes Kanter, D tier. No, Enes Kanter is chicken. C tier. Cedric Sabalos. Worthless tier. Any other worthless tier players? You are worthless. You are an exchange card, so you are worthless by default. Any of these bad value exchange cards, they're going into worthless tier. Trust me, they're just not. They're just worth absolutely nothing. Worth absolutely nothing for me. Then we've got Rafer Alston, E tier at this stage of the game. He was great when he came out, though. A lot of these guys were good for their time. Draymond, D tier. Like, he's not that much worse than a Brandon Ingram. He's worse. Don't get me wrong, but this badged up Draymond isn't that much worse. So he's D tier. Man, I miss using this Draymond all the time, man. He was my be all and end all. He was everything for my squad. Draymond Green. I'm telling you, the guy carried me. The guy absolutely carried me for so long. He was my point guard. He was my center. He was my best defender. Man, back when the game was fun was when Draymond Green was the best card in the game. D tier for him, though. Who else in these lower tiers? Not on you. Terrence Ross, E tier. D tier, D tier, D tier. He's got half steady. So he's got hot blinders on next gen. I can't put someone with hot blinders and a decent release in E tier. Do we really have Bargnani starting off in C tier and then going all the way down to E tier? It's a tough one because there's such a big gap between... Booker stinks. Booker absolutely stinks. There's such a big gap between the like best diamonds and the rest. Like, there are about 15 really good diamonds, and then there's like a massive... Or about probably 10 really good diamonds, and there's a massive gap to the rest of these diamonds. Like, this is one of those really, really weird tier lists. Like, Chris Boucher. I'm going to have to put Chris Boucher in A tier. Again, I'm not the highest on the card, but he's good. Like, I can't really argue that he's a bad card, so I'm going to put him in A tier. But he is he's expensive because he's a moments card. He is expensive for what he is. He is very much expensive for what he is because he's a moments card. But he's still one of the best diamonds in the game, so A tier he goes. Kobe White. B tier. I don't think he's as good as Sura. B tier, I guess. Again, not a bad player, but I think it's probably the best. Probably the most accurate spot for him is B tier. Coutinho Mobley, A. I really, really like Coutinho Mobley. He is a sniper, lads. He is an absolute sniper. Like, his handle's good. His release is so, so good. Like, again, he's another one of these cards that are kind of underrated in the game. I put him as quite a bit ahead of a Bob Sura, to be honest. But he's so underrated. He is so... I'm telling you, he's so underrated. And we got Danilo Gallinari. Gallo. B tier. He shoots the ball. Like, he shoots it and he shoots it well. Does he do anything else? No. But he shoots it and he shoots it well. So, I guess we're going to have to put him in A tier, I guess. So, we're going to have to put him in B tier, I guess. DeAndre Ayton. 1 tier ahead of, like, Bargnani. D tier. Even when badges up DeAndre Ayton, I'm telling you, he's not really up to much. So, I'm going to put him into D tier. Dennis Rodman. D as well. He's a really good defender. Can't shoot. And if a player can't shoot, then, like, I can't really put them in my squad, can I? Like, it's tough to put anyone really in my squad that can't shoot. So, yeah, now we have got Dwayne Wade. Wade is, I mean, even he's got the slow release. I mean, he's D tier at best. I mean, even if you are a big fan of Wade, I think he's D tier at best. So he's going there. Eddie Jones. I mean, in this list, he's C tier. He's better than Wade. He's better than T. Ross. Man, Eddie Jones, another one for his time, man. Like, there are certain cards where you're just like, they're not great now, but for their time, they were absolutely exceptional. Then we got Eddie freaking Curry, our first S tier player. The gap between Eddie Curry and basically anyone in A tier is bigger than the gap between, like, Anthony Edwards and Terrence Ross. Like, the S tier diamonds are so, like, S tier diamonds are usable in not only unlimited and competitive settings, but there are just very few of them. These current diamond cards, they're just god tier. Like Eddie Curry, he's got a handle, he's got an unbelievable jump shot. His player build is big, he rebounds, he shoots unbelievably well. Yeah, S tier for him. And Jeff Petrie, I mean, he's basically just Wade, but he can play point guard. I mean, he can't shoot on next gen because of his release. He's worse than Anthony Simons, so D tier. He was good when he came out though. Gerald Green, I mean, C tier. He's all right. He can hit wide open, but I mean, so can T. Ross and half of the guys in this list. Glenn Robinson, I'm sorry to have to put you in D tier. You were great, man. You were the damn best when you came out. You were a fantastic player for the No Money Spend squad. The day I sold you and Eddie Jones, I think I bought him for like 30k and I bought Eddie Jones for like 40k. I sold them both for like 15k one of the days. Obviously, they're way down in price now. That was a sad day for the No Money Spent series. Those two guys, Glenn Robinson and Eddie Jones. But like silver range, even put gold range on him, he's still not higher than D tier. Hogger, E tier. There used to be some weird glitch on current gen where if you took floaters from the left side with Hog Rear, he made 100% of them. But you can't do it anymore, so I tried it out. People used to do it to win TT offline every single game, but the Halger glitch does not exist anymore. I didn't want to tell anyone about it because, well, I didn't use Halgreer and I didn't want it to be known because, again, there are plenty of weird glitches in games. It was like the Kobe 2K13 left side fadeaway shot that went in 100% of the time. Halgreer had that weird glitch, but other than that, really doesn't do much, does he? Amon Shumpert, A. Again, is he the perfect card? No. Is he a more than good enough and usable card in game? Hell yeah. Like you can run with him, and you can have, not only you can have fun, you can compete in unlimited with him. Like I wouldn't suggest that he would be a guy that you would be running with if you're playing competitively. But again, if you're playing competitively, you are highly, highly unlikely watching a diamond tier list. So, like Shumpert, again, he can't curry, but he can do basically everything else. He dunks, he's got a great defense, great 3-ball. He's just a great card, everything except shooting. Then we got Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is, I mean, if you're on next gen, he's probably C tier. He's like a worse version of Kobe. I'm going to put him D tier because he's not great on current gen. Jeff Green. Apparently he's really good on current gen. He's terrible on next gen. I think I put him way too low on one of my tiers. I'll give him C tier. I'll give him B tier because you can badge him out. But man, he's not good. Like, he's not good at all next gen. I don't know what they did with Jeff Green's release, and he just moves really weird. But apparently he's really good on current gen, so I'll put him in a higher tier. He is Yan Lian. Hey, he is the second best big man after Eddie Curry. But I mean, like, the gap between E and Bargnani is smaller than the gap between E and Eddie, but he is the second best, so he's got to go into A tier. Personally, I think he's better than Boucher, but I know a lot of people would say otherwise. Joe Caldwell, I mean, the guy's got a 3-point rating in the 70s. I get it, he's got 98 on quick, but he comes with like no shooting badges, no hot zones. I mean, if they want to give us a Joe Caldwell card in a few weeks that's an opal or a pink diamond, it's going to be a beast. I wouldn't be that surprised to see a retro Joe Caldwell tomorrow. It'll be. I think we see 2K20 retro soon, but I mean, he's E tier. He's bad. J.R. Smith, B tier, but a high B tier. He's still got that. He's got the good behind the back for J.R. Smith. He doesn't have the really, really bad one that JR has right now. He still has JR release on quick, and he's basically the same as the pink diamond. He's definitely not as good as the dark matter, but he's basically the same as the pink diamond. Julius Randle. He's just better Draymond. C tier. He's like an undersized center, can't really curry, can hit a wide open shot. C tier, I guess. Winslow, S. Like, Justice Winslow compared to Bob Sura, I think is just night and day. Yes, you have to put handles for days, and Justice Winslow, handles for days cost 6k or something to handles for days someone up. And you can find a lot of them on the market now with handles for days. He's 6'7". 6'7" point guard with an unbelievable release. Quick dribble style. Best behind the back in the game. Curry slide. Yeah, Justice Winslow. Justice Winslow well and truly belongs in S tier. Chris Middleton. He's an exchange reward, so I have to on principle put him worthless. But I mean, if we're talking just in terms of how good they are, he's probably like C or B. Kirk Heinrich. I can't put Kirk Heinrich in S tier, but I really want to put Kirk Heinrich in S tier. He's the second best point guard on this list after Justice Winslow, and I love the card. I'm such a big fan of Kirk Heinrich, to be honest. I'm a massive, massive fan of him in game. So, A tier for me. Clay, A. I think I might... No, this A tier seems alright. Clay's got the curry. Clay's got the 3-ball. Clay's got the defense. And, unfortunately, Clay doesn't have the headband. If he had the headband, he would automatically be an S tier, but 2K didn't give him the headband, I don't think. But he's basically the same as the Opal. They're just the same card. So he's a more than solid cone. You can use him. He's great. Next two guys, straight up into S tier. LaMelo Ball and Lionel Simmons. LaMelo Ball, like he's a top 9 small forward. He's a top 10 power forward in the game on next gen. He is a top 10 on next gen. I'm not going to say on current gen because he's just not. But if you're playing on next gen, he is a top 10 power forward in the game. Like, the guy is a beast. The guy is an absolute beast. He's a shooter. He's a good shooter. He's got a handle. He's got a behind the back, a really good behind the back. He's, oh man, he is one of those guys that people were so hyped on him, but he still is cheap. He's still like 7k. He's a must buy. Lionel Simmons as well. If you're on next gen, man, he's chicken man. He's one of the best next gen players, period, in the game. Like, I'm gonna say right now, he's one of the best players, period, in the game on next gen. So, like, I can't not put him in S tier. Like, it is a... There is no way that I can put Lionel Simmons in A tier. On current gen, he probably is A tier. On current gen, Clay's probably better than him. But on next gen, I don't think I can. I don't think I can say he is anything but S. Then we got Luka, B tier. Luka's not terrible. Luka's not terrible at all. He's just not great either. His jump shot is nice. On next gen, on current gen, I don't like it that much on next gen. It's normal Luca release, and I'm not the biggest fan of the normal Luca release. Like, I don't mind the base 29 on current gen, but the Luka Doncic release on next gen isn't great. As well as that, you've got like not the greatest dribble sigs in the world. Not the worst dribble sigs, but not the greatest. I'm going to put... He is 6'7", though. You got to give him clamps, but in general, he's not a bad card. Okay, so then we got Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon versus... Like, Malcolm Brogdon on next gen is S tier. I don't know if Malcolm Brogdon is S tier on current gen. He can't really dunk. So, I don't know. I don't think I can, in good conscience, put Malcolm Brogdon in S tier, but he's A. Malik Beasley, C tier. He can hit a wide open jump shot, and he does it pretty well. Like, he's not the worst for that. Then we got Maxi Kleber. Is Kleber the second best big here? Yeah, I'm going to put Kleber in S tier as well. I know a lot of people, again, are fans of the Maxi Kleber card. I know some people aren't as high. Like, I'm way higher in Kleber, it seems, than most people. Like, it seems like a lot of people aren't anywhere near as high on Maxi Kleber as I am. And I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with that. I think Kleber is one of the top 25 centers in the game. I don't think that's crazy to say. Like, one of the top 25. So, I'm going to put him into S tier. Then we got Nick Batum, even with range extender, he's C tier. He has to go behind the back. To be honest, Anthony Simons looks out of place there. Simons, you go to B tier. Yeah, Simons definitely looks out of place there in C tier. But yeah, he's not unusable. Beverly is a 6'1" point guard, and he doesn't have the greatest release. E tier, E tier, I guess. Quentin Richardson. Like, it's mad. Like, this list is going to be a lot shorter than normal list because I'm like flicking through all these players. I should have just done diamonds and lower. I'm flicking through all these players. I'm like, these guys are borderline worthless. Like, I don't think in good faith I can say he's much worse than Buddy Hield, but again, don't use him. Reggie Theus is the same. I gotta put Reggie Theus in B tier, but don't use the guy. Robert Williams, he's actually kind of fast and good on defense. And on this tier list, that's enough. He can't score a layup. You're D tier. He's got like, he literally can't score a layup. Rudy Fernandez. I still think Rudy Fernandez is A tier. I think he's a step above no, B tier. He's only one step above Eddie Jones. He was the best when he came out, though. He came out on the first flash pack in January, on the 8th of January. I'm telling you, he was a beast when he came out. Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook's B, potentially A tier. Like, his Opal's not great, but as far as diamonds go, he's one of those top tier cards. Cassell, D tier. No, he's got all the badges, C tier. Sean Elliott, S, no question. I love that card. I love that Sean Elliott card. For me, he's an S tier diamond card. Any cards that I think I could get away with playing in a super sweaty unlimited game is probably going to go to S tier. Actually, in fairness, by that logic, I can get away with Clay, Heinrich, Brogdon, or Shumpert, or Mobley. But no, I'm gonna stick with Sean Elliott and S. Battier, D, base 40 on normal timing, not great defender. Kemp, A, solid enough center, but again, he's not even close to being as good as Eddie Curry, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. is free, so there's no real reason to use him. Sim Vular. I mean, he's 7'5" cheese ball with half range extender, so like, I'm stuck. Like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? That, like, I don't think he's A tier? Because I'm standing by that A tier spot for him. I think he definitely belongs there. But yeah, let's go to Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, he's S tier on next gen. He's probably B tier on current gen. So let me just put him into A tier right in the middle. He is, again, another one of those guys that I wouldn't advise you to use if you're on current gen. But if you're on next gen, you're on a budget, he's fine. He's more than fine if you're on next gen on a budget. So let's put him in A tier. Steph Curry, B. Maybe like B. He's not, as far as diamond cards go, he's fine. Like I'm not high on Steph Curry at all, but like if you ask me who I'd rather use, Steph Curry or Anthony Simons, I'm taking Steph Curry. So I'm not the highest in the card, but he's B tier. Thurl can't catch the ball, C tier. Tobias Harris, A tier next gen, C tier current gen. You go into B tier, but still not really usable. Tyler Hero, high B tier. Tyrese Halliburton, S tier. And AK, you go into A, and we're going to finish it there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Halliburton's a no-brainer in S tier again. Like, his handle's good. He's a 6'5" point guard, long wingspan. He's absolutely fantastic. An absolute no-brainer. No-brainer to be in the position that he is in. So, we are going to... I'm going to stick with that. I'm gonna leave it there. I think we've got a decent enough tier list, but honestly, I wouldn't even, unless someone below B tier is your favorite player. There are better versions of most of these guys. Like there's a better Luka, there's a better J.R. Smith, there's a better, way better Stephs. Unless, for example, like Hero is your favorite player and you really want to use Hero, I wouldn't advise you to really use anyone below A tier on this list. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.